Hey there, I'm back with my markets last week segment. This week, I think we saw a little bit of down move, and we are really not sure where the market will be going from here. Personally, I'm not very sure. Uh, I was initially expecting for some kind of a bull flag to form, then some kind of a channel to form, but looks that it broke everything and went down. But today was a little positive and it stepped up to close somewhere like flattish for the week, but overall a little down. So, what do you guys think? How was your week?
The week has been really good, except today because there was a lot of okay. And when we discuss about Friday, we'll talk about my today's trading.
Okay.
But last week has been very good. I've been hitting equity curve every day. It seems.
You have been hitting new equity curve high every day.
Yeah. So last 6 7 days were profitable every day.
Wow, that is kind of fantastic. The
Just
market was
just
mostly
just got
flat,
lucky.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday looks a little bullish, but then Tuesday looks very flattish. But you
Yeah.
had
So
trending Wednesdays and
Monday,
Thursdays, right?
correct.
So the real most.
Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday were trending. Those were good days. And if you scroll on the left side, I think Monday was also one-sided move. So my systems mostly target the one-sided moves. The intraday, those I have. So those made good money this week.
Wow, fantastic. And what about you, Fakir?
But don't we wish we had a similar fate for the previous week? But surprisingly, it was not for me. Just Thursday was good for me. But yes, of course, we were talking about what we forecasted for the next week, and nothing came to what we were expecting. We were expecting a flag and eventually a breakout by Thursday or Friday, but
Right.
nothing like that happened. And now I see an inverse HNS forming, and it's forming near a very consolidation zone. So I don't think right shoulder it would be a long consolidation for the week ahead. But I am like envious of Scalp making 7 consecutive profitable days for him. So yes, I wish I had a similar week. Maybe next week.
Definitely. But next week, the tide will change, and then I'm thinking that I will start making losses now.
So soon. Do you think this is going to be a head
Yeah,
and
looks like
shoulders,
it.
Yeah,
but very small
that's
one,
what I
right?
was talking about.
Okay, so you are expecting
Oh,
kind.
that Thursday late noon dash. Eventually today we saw a gap up. I don't think how it will hold up on coming week. But yes, this is something. It's still a flag, no? It's still a flag. It's just that Thursday breakdown was, something unexpected. But then again, we are back into the flag.
It has become more like this. It has become more like a channel than a flag. And then there was a channel. I mean, there was this breakout towards the bottom in the channel, but then again it closed today. And then even if we, I mean, we continue this up move tomorrow,
This looks, yeah.
uh,
Sorry.
we could get stuck somewhere here at the channel head, and then come back rushing down, or we
That
can.
would be the immediate target for the Wednesday gap too. So yes, if we go back to the channel top that you have, it would be the high for Wednesday. So yes, likely this same there.
Yeah, and then maybe you expect a down move, or do you think there could be kind of a breakout? Two
I'm not
difficult.
sure. I'm not sure. Like I was expecting a breakout this Thursday, but nothing like that happened. So I'm not sure what to expect coming week. And I'm like confused right now because of the overall market is still bullish, but the breakdown today breakdown on Thursday was something unexpected. It was like every stock in Nifty was contributing to that breakdown, and today only TCS and few other stocks were, contributing to the up move. But yes, I'm not sure how to go ahead. Scalp, do you have any expectation?
Yes, so the expectation that I have is will still be consolidating. So today's low, I think it may get retested next week. But then I am not expecting too bullish moves. So what earlier last week also I was expecting some consolidation, and that happened. But I think it will spend more time. before we can decisively break out 20K or below towards probably 19K.
Would you guys
I think
think
we'll have to
consider this
spend
a
more
trend
time.
line?
This is also an interesting chart that you have put up.
So this could also be a trend line, right? Where we are getting a support now. Or
This is a trend line. I see
Yes,
a clear trend
yes,
there.
it is.
this is
And
what
also, if you see the last breakout from the 18700, it just tested the trend line, and we saw three consecutive green candles.
18700.
Uh, the breakout at 18700 that you see
Yeah,
on
The
July,
place
in
where it
July.
took out from that line.
Yeah, yeah. So something like that happened today, maybe.
this is the point that you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. So we had a little bit of downish, but this one looks kind of a little bit of, I mean, more volatile consideration with the candle lengths are greater in size.
So it was 18700 and 17500. Both of these zones, you see that it tested the trend line and then it went up again
Right.
in around April May, in between April May.
Yeah, but before that,
Not
if
this
you
one.
look at, we also had this thing.
Yeah,
So there was
and it
this
was a
also.
very long. I mean, it was like 5-6 months consolidation.
Yeah. So can this also happen again?
I'm not sure. I'll go with the trend line.
We'll go with the trend
I'll
line.
not be contra on such large, longer time frames. Maybe on shorter time frames, I'll take contra trades, but still, I'll believe that the trend is upward.
Upward, yeah.
Yeah, the trend is definitely upwards. And I mean, we trust the trend line and
Fakir, do you recall? Do you recall that there was some kind of news about US related to US and whole worldwide market was down. I think was it on Thursday or Wednesday? I think Thursday, right?
I
Um,
think I'm not sure. Was it the inflation data? I'm not sure. Didn't
no,
follow the
it was
news.
related to bonds. I think. Let me recall. I'm not able to recall.
yes,
And
I also
So
heard.
if you go back to daily, the Thursday's trend line retest or the test has been rejected quite beautifully today. If we go back to at the charts, it was a gap down and it's a gap up and it's a green.
Right. We also
So
have
if
this.
going by the trend line and the behavior around that, I think it's, I mean, pretty, pretty. I'll be confident in saying that Monday would be a gap up and then a follow up move. Looking at the trend line, how it has behaved. The trend line you drew on daily, na, it's very,
Yeah, it
very
is kind of very prominent because
trend line break.
and there's also
Yes.
this setup, right? What is a morning star or evening star? Some kind of a star where you have a gap down, the three candle formation where you have a red candle and then some kind of a undefined doji kind of a thing. It is not exactly a doji, but if you see, then the body of this candle is shorter than the half of the length of this candle. This one I'm pointing to. And then again, we have a green day today, which was a very mild gap up, but then a positive ending. Yeah, even I have this kind of a thought that we are going to be positive, but again, I'm not very sure that if this is going to continue and we are going to kind of break the new highs, or this is we are going to fall back in the channel. Yep. Anything
So
else?
that channel looks
Yep.
like a very consolidation range. Till date, it's like what? It's like at the 300 points range for the channel. And that is like
This,
around 1.5% looking at the spot value of Nifty. So a very tight range to consolidate in.
yeah, it is 200. I mean, the channel is 200 points, I would say, or 300 points, 700 to, yeah, it is a 300 points channel, and in which we have had like three candles whose length have been greater than kind of three-fourths of the channel length. So it has been mostly very sideways. I think it was mostly sideways till yesterday. Yesterday's down move was kind of decent down move, but then again it closed positively towards the end.
got back.
Yep,
Yes.
and then gapped up today.
So anyways, what's the opinion for Monday or the next week? Bullish?
I think Not for the next week, I don't think, but I think Monday would be bullish. Maybe Tuesday. I don't think it will take more than one or two candles to reach here. And then after
Yeah.
that, I would think that it could be a little bearish. Because the bottom part of this channel has broken a few times, but if you look at the top part, if you look at the smaller time frame, and if you look at the top part of this channel, that has been maintained quite well. So this is how it is. So it started going down from this
That
point,
is also an interesting take. Yeah.
went very close, came down, went very close.
Again, this inverse HNS on 30 minute, it points to a long consolidation.
Right.
I guess yeah. I think we all three of us are undecided on where the markets are headed. Although the longer term chart still finds the run up move, but yes,
Yeah, longer time charts do show the up move. But if you look at
time
it, this
frame.
one, okay, so after it
Uh-huh.
broke the I mean, after it broke the trend line, it took only three candles to break the new high again. And when it broke this high, it actually also broke
Yeah.
this high, the one from December of last year. But if you look at this point and this point, it took a few more days. But then it took again, I mean, mostly a week, I guess. But the important part is also this, that after it touched these points, it never touched them again. And maybe the next day, but once it went up from here, it did not come back before breaking the next high.
So if you're not breaking Thursday's low, it's safe to assume that up move is ahead for the week. So maybe on
Yes.
Tuesday or Wednesday, if we don't retest Thursday, then most likely to happen in the last 3 weeks of the upcoming week. Yes.
Yep, I would assume so. I
Yeah.
mean, there are
Also,
multiple
I think
supports here.
there was some corporate events in, not some, but there was a corporate event on Nifty, sorry, ITC, Reliance, and HDFC merger. So I think markets will recover from that and then hopefully an up move, because an up move would be very easy to trade given the longer trend, because like you see the Thursday, dash towards today, Friday up, gap up. It's very hard to trade down moves in such a longer bull trend markets, no?
Yep. And downtrends are more volatile, so you have like it, I mean, you get the trend direction, but then if you are into system trading, your stop loss will keep hitting, and then again you will see it going towards your direction. Whereas in the uptrends, we have kind of a slow and steady move, so your stop loss is generally left alone, and that kind of a thing happens. I have this a lot in my system, where in the down moves, I mean, the move makes money, but I don't, because my stop loss is hit before I can reach a break
So
even or
good.
something like
Boy,
that.
you didn't tell how was the week for you. For scalp it was good, and for me it was like normal. But how was it for you?
For me, it was flattish. I mean, I got a short in between, uh,
Mhm.
and then I mean, I just broke even in that short. So first I got a long, the long ended in a loss, and then I got a short. In the short, I just broke even and exited. And after that, I am again long today. So let's see how it pans out. But at this point, I have very less hope.
So the benefits of system trading, you really don't get emotionally attached to the position.
Yes, right now I don't get emotionally attached. I mean, it hurts, but yeah, it's okay.
It definitely adds. Definitely adds. But I suppose, I mean, we have been system trading for a long time now, and the extent that it hurts now, it has reduced. So it definitely
Yep.
still hurts, but not as much as when we had just started. So I feel that's a very good improvement. But we need to go to that stage where losses or wins do not affect us.
Right, and there is also another realization that I felt, that I used to, have my this thing open, that my equity curve and everything, and then at that point, even when I was doing mechanical trading, but since everything was so open and on in view for everybody, that it used to affect me a little more. But From the time I have stopped it and gone totally private with my trades and my setups and everything, my those feelings of discomfort with losses have reduced much more. Because I mean, right now I just trade my system and I know that apart from me, nobody else cares or knows what is happening.
I think that's the part most of the people in the very larger community don't understand. Keeping your trades personal is not about the strategy itself, it's about making peace with what you are actually doing. At many times, I also do this when not even when I'm in losses or even when I'm in profits. I really don't like talking much about my trades because I expect myself to do bad in the market, and it sometimes concerns you on how well will people perceive it and how involved they are with your in your trading. So here there is another aspect to it on how why not do some people share their trades or share their positions. And also, good boy, you were very open in the very beginning, and of course, you know that we all got involved into what's your position and where is the market likely to head it based on your positions. Because whenever you are long, we see the probability of market breaking out is very high. But it was kind of surprising for me to being so open. I mean, you had your entire equity curve for us to view. It was on MongoDB, I guess.
Yes, it was
But
on
yes,
MongoDB. It's still there. It's just private now, and I'm
yep.
more at
uh,
peace.
Keep it that way, I hope.
Yep, sure. That is the plan.
Yeah, what's your take on this? Sharing your curves and everything. Does it affect you?
Uh, yes. So anyway, I've shared my curve. Okay, I can talk only from my experience. So, it definitely feels really good when you hit a new equity curve and you share that. But also in times when, because we know that not everybody makes profit every day, so there will be some point where you are still losses. So it's good to share that as well, I feel, because that way you are kind of equilibrium. So what happens is like Goodbye used to he explained his experience. So when he used to share his profits, I am sure that he was must be very ecstatic to hear all others opinion. And then when it was in losses also, it probably made him little sad. And I think the emotions get magnified when we share something. The emotions get magnified. Oh, but that is a very bad thing in trading, I feel. So that
Also,
plays.
also the part. I mean, also the thing with sharing your trades and everything is that people start pointing out when you make loss that why did you do this and maybe the system needs to be improved. Not from a discretionary viewpoint, but
That's
for
true.
you guys who are truly based on systems and you have your system based on your back day and you have that confidence. But sometimes people talking you out of that confidence can also impact that. No, it does.
Yeah,
It. I mean,
that's true.
does it impact you guys?
Uh,
No, generally does not impact me when people tell me about my system. What impacts me is that when I have to argue with somebody and tell them that I really don't care about what they feel about my system, and then they don't understand that and they still try to keep on pushing me to improve my system, and I just don't want to hear what they have to say. That is what impacts me more than me getting impacted by the fact that people think that my system is something wrong and I should change it.
that's true. And they nag only when we have made losses and it has already hurting, and then the nagging is additional salt in that wound.
Right. It is. I mean, it does nothing more than just being a salt because you know that you are going to, even if you go to modify your system or anything, you'll do it based on data, not just because somebody else thinks. And it is something that has to come from inside you and not outside. I mean, the biggest
Yeah.
factor of system trading is that you try to keep your inside and outside away from your system. So, when this happens, then it is something similar, right? That, you are a discretionary trader and you had a fight your family with your family, and then you go to trade and it starts affecting how you trade. So it is the same kind of feeling that I get when this also happens, but it does not affect my system. That is what I'm saying. So it affects me, but not my system.
Mm, I see. I see. But there is also another aspect that I have realized for after sharing couple of trades on couple of days, for example, with Fakir. So when I shared my trades, the loss making or the profit making where I put less loss, I received some inputs also. So that is also an additional good aspect to have when we share the trades,
No,
because we
definitely
probably
when you're
can
looking
get
for a
more
feedback.
additional clarity there.
No, when you're looking for a feedback, then it is 100% definitely sharing your trade with somebody
Hmm.
who you think can give you feedback is really, really good. But the problem is when you are not looking for feedback and you are getting a feedback. That I think is the problem.
Hmm. Okay. But then, okay, I feel that there is always ways to improve a system, and we cannot really tell when we are looking for feedback and when we don't want a feedback. I mean, it can come and
I think
unexpected.
Scalp, there is a difference between what you both trade. So Good Boy, I mean, he has a very larger trend following system, and he has back tested this on Nifty futures, I guess. And you have a very option based system, and that has option markets have changed a lot in past 2 3 years.
That's
So
true.
for Good Boy to change his strat based on a very larger time frame, it's very unlikely. Well, the market conditions on options have changed a lot. So yes, inputs for you might mean a lot, but for something that Good Boy does, I mean, he just, I mean, he has to, he just follows trend, no? So yes,
That
of
is a
Yeah,
course,
good point. Probably that's
this
why.
system
That's the
and
reason.
discretionary and the effect of feedbacks that we get sometimes unwarranted, but it's a very larger topic to cover. So yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
like I
So we have
expect a
been.
6 to 7 months of drawdown in my system. So I mean that is something that I have started accepting and expecting. So I am kind of okay with that. But I get a lot of advice that when I was showing my charts and when my drawdown charts and everything was in public zone, a lot of people used to on Twitter and other places used to come and advise me or ask me that it has been so long. How long are you going to stick to the system, or how long are you not going to give up? So that was the kind of thing that I really wanted to avoid. Uh, a
I see.
discussion on that.
Yeah, I clearly see the distinction now. Yes, it's true.
Okay,
And we have been online for what?
yeah, we have done. We have been online for 25 minutes. I think we should call it a night, else we'll have nothing to talk about next week.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. Bye bye,
So
guys.
we are undecided for the week ahead, right?
Yes, definitely. I mean,
Yes.
the
I
what
feel slightly bullish, but not very much bullish. But slightly bullish and will be probably range point, but still end up in green. But how much green I cannot say.
start with bullish
Okay.
and then end up bearish. I mean, the right now the chart that I have open is like 30 minutes chart. So maybe we'll have Monday and Tuesday bullish, or maybe Monday very bullish and Tuesday flattish and then down is what I am expecting. And I have the full right to be wrong. So Monday, Tuesday
Hmm.
bullish, Wednesday onwards down, move back to the channel bottom. But again, I'm long, so hopefully we keep going up. I don't mind that at all.
Okay, guys.
Yep. Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Sure.
joining,
Bye.
And for the
and
listeners,
best
please do not
wishes.
forget to subscribe and like and share us. Thank you. Bye bye.